Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, corn dog lovers of all ages, welcome to In the Box with your hosts, Matt and Adam.
And Geo.
Everybody get...
Good evening. How's it?
Wow, that was really smooth.
Pretty good, yeah. Are we live?
Wow.
You know, we haven't
We're
done
off
for a
to a
while is
rousing
the
start.
Are We Live bit.
Maybe it's the day we do it.
Thursdays are no good. We did it Thursday
Oh no,
last
Thursday's been fine so far. I mean, video-wise, we're good.
Maybe it's Geo.
Where's Gio?
Well, so bad news out there in MASL land. Geo won't be able to join us. He apparently Ed Hale told him that if he wanted to run the Blast live show, he couldn't be on In the Box anymore. And as punishment, Geo has to wash Ed Hale's car at least once a week from now until the end of the year.
And apparently Thursday tonight is the night, so.
Yeah, so I guess he's washing the car out in the nice warm Baltimore weather. Sure, it's nice and funny.
I don't know. It was a mid-50s here today. Of course, it's not anymore because we're getting like a lot of wind, so that just means a huge cold front's coming through. But
We were talking about that last night at Pool League. The people were talking about like complaints that they had from their neighbors about getting, making sure their leaves were out of their lawn and stuff. And I said, so we live in Wisconsin. We've been here all our lives. And there's something that happens every year in November in Wisconsin that clears out the leaves all for us. And it's like a 50-mile-an-hour wind. And we just wait till whatever that day is and they all go away. Now, someone at the end of the block somewhere is going to be that house that gets all the leaves collected. But since it's not me, I don't really care.
there you go.
I like to look out for my fellow person like that.
That's right.
So tonight, hopefully, we're having Ken Ezraman from the. He lives in Nigeria, Africa. He's friended a lot of people in the MSL over the last few months. I've been talking to him since June, July, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think he reached out to me in June or July.
Yeah, and we've been wanting to have him on the show, and then we kind of stopped having shows, and then things started happening, and things didn't, and we finally decided tonight was the night. However, he is like in a different time zone. I think he's like 4 days ahead of us in real time or something like that.
Yeah, I think the games have already happened.
Right, which kind of let you guys in a secret. We're going to use him as our secret ally in the MSL betting once it goes live.
Right.
We don't have a DeLorean though, but we could have him get one probably.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Or he could tell us like something that happens in the future, kind of like in Back to the Future where the Cubs win the World Series. And then he went back and bet on it.
A brilliant idea.
I think it was Biff. I think it was Biff Tannen. I think Biff made the bet, and then he ended up having like this huge hotel or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen those. Seen those movies way too much.
Yeah.
Hey Jack, hey Brad.
Yeah. So we've got that. We've got Antonio Manfut from Florida Tropics, who was at the game Sunday, formerly of Syracuse. So.
You want to talk about the game Sunday first, and then we'll get into the games?
Yeah,
prior?
absolutely. Yeah. Well, do you want to talk about the exhibition game, or do you want to talk about the two actual MASL?
Do the exhibition game first.
All right. So it was 9-4 Utica over Cleveland. Cleveland fans, your team is good. Don't get me wrong. But there are 4 quarters in a game, and you guys tired out in the fourth quarter, and Utica never laid off the gas. Scored 5 unanswered goals and pretty much broke it open in the fourth quarter. Goalkeeper rule, pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It was kept the game going. Refs kind of kept the game going too. But yeah, some rust on both teams, especially Utica, to start. But I talked to Coach Hall after the game, and he pretty much said the same thing. There was, for not playing in 20 months, definite rust, but by the fourth quarter, they were getting into the swing of things.
I think you guessed, what did you guess, 9-3, right?
Yeah, it was something like 9-3, yeah.
Emma says she thinks it still sucks. The goalkeeper rule.
Just watch it. I thought it was going to suck. But it definitely speeds up play, makes it more creative. I spoke to Andrew Coughlin after the game as well, and he has no issues with the goalkeeper rule. And he pretty much said the same thing. Makes it more creative. What?
He's one of them. How can you not have issues with it?
He was fine with it. Yeah. But yeah, we'll get to more Utica later, I'm sure.
I have a guest here, and I gotta set this up real quick. Ken, hang on a second.
It's like you've never done this before.
It's like I've never done this before. What's gonna do?
I hope.
I hope
it doesn't turn into the Ontario feed.
Right.
Hey, there he is.
Hey, everybody. Welcome live from Africa, Ken Ezirim. Ken, how you doing?
Yeah, thank you very much, Adam. Hello.
Can you hear us okay and everything?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Your video's a little choppy, but we can hear you, so it sounds good.
No, we do a chop every day.
Yeah,
so
Matt's usually our video problem.
It's true.
So Ken, you reached out to us in like May or June, and talked to a number of people in the MASL and enjoyed our conversations. Whoops, what did I just do here? Okay, never mind. And tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got involved in soccer, and what you're currently working on.
All right. First of all, I must say thanks to God and thanks to you for bringing me on the show this tonight, because it's very early in the morning here in Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, I am Ezirim Kennedy, a global citizen living in Nigeria. By the grace of God, I'm the founder of Yagazie Foundation, which is an education and soccer charity. Our focus is to educate the underprivileged children using sports and cultural activities to achieve our aim. And then I'm glad to be in your midst tonight. Thank you.
Tell people what the Yagazie Foundation is and what what work you're doing.
All right. So Yagazie Foundation is an organization that was formed to give hope to the underprivileged children who are battling with poverty in their respective ghettos across Nigeria. And then we have what we are working on currently, which is the Yes Camp. The inaugural Yes Camp will take place tomorrow, the 4th of December. Already we're on the 3rd of December now, so it will take place tomorrow on the 4th of December, which is Yes Yagazie Education and Sports Camp. So in this camp, we included cultural, social, educational activities in addition to a soccer activity for the children to have access to play, so that they can, mingle with other children from other communities. In so doing, we're encouraging leadership, encouraging growth for the children to play and flourish in the Yes Camp. Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds exciting. We were going to do a fundraiser show this year, and we just never got a chance with everything going on and schedules and COVID and all sorts of fun stuff. We was never able to have. So I'm glad we were able to have you on.
Thank you.
How long is the S camp? Is it all weekend or is it go longer?
Yes, the plan of the yes camp is it will take place 3 times in a year when the children are on holiday. So it's supposed to take place a week.
Okay.
This will give the children a platform for them to grow, learn, grow, and flourish. Yes, so the first one is going to take place tomorrow, the 4th of December, and then in this camp, we plan on giving the children kits for free, books for free, feed them, clothe them, mentor them, and then build hope for them in the year's camp. So we're starting tomorrow. And then the next year's camp is going to take place in April. Afterwards, summertime, December, then on and on and on. So tomorrow is the first phase of the year's camp. Thank you.
So if people wanted to help donate to the foundation, how would I pasted the URL to your website in the chat, in the YouTube chat. But if people wanted to donate, how would they go about doing that?
Yes, so before now, we adopted the services of Flutterwave, and then it's not giving us what we wanted. So now we're looking at GoFundMe, which will be provided in no distance time so that people can seamlessly make donations to support the year's camp. We also appreciate soccer gear, equipment, coaching kits, books and the likes, for the camp.
Sure. Okay, that sounds good. When you get that set up, let me know and we can post it in the group and get everyone involved.
All right, sure. I will do that gladly.
Okay. Matt, any questions?
How did you get involved in soccer?
Come again?
How did you get involved in soccer, the sport itself?
Okay. How I got involved in soccer?
Yeah.
All right. So yes, by the grace of God, I'm a CAF licensee. That is the African version. It's under FIFA. So I have a CAF license. I'm a soccer coach. I have my license. I have the CAF license. I'm a CAF licensee. I'm also I have other certifications like COVA, JTL Sports Denmark, and many other sporting organizations. But the thing is, I started playing soccer from the streets of Lagos. When I was a boy, soccer was the only thing that could make us happy. I was that kind of a child who never had toys, who never had access to see Santa Claus. All we had was just soccer. So I started from the streets, and each time we play soccer, there's something that comes to my mind. I feel good. I feel like having hope for a better future. So I started from the ghetto, playing soccer, and then while I was playing soccer, I was able to connect to other children from other ghettos, other communities. We built friendship. We built trust, that enhanced leadership, and diversity, and inclusion. So that was how it all started, from my boyhood days in the ghetto. Thank you.
Go ahead, Matt.
Now, have you followed any of the MASL soccer going on over here in the U.S.?
Come again?
Have you followed any of the indoor soccer going on in the U.S., the MASL season?
Yes. Luckily, I did a youth diploma 2 in Florida, Orlando, precisely in 2018 with COVA. I did the diploma 1 in Nigeria. The diploma 2 was in Florida, USA. So I was able to benefit from how the US does their things. So after which, I was exposed to so many coaches from different parts of the world. Yes, and another thing is last in September, I think I showed Adam the video where we got kits, supplies from Athens United Soccer Club. We got kits that we received from them, and then we distributed them to the children and the youth for free here in Lagos, Nigeria. We have the video documentary, which I shared with Adam, right?
Yeah, I posted it in the group at one point.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was really neat to see.
So that's how we've been trying to encourage, soccer clubs, soccer associations all over the world to support Yagazie Foundation so that we can be able to achieve our organizational goals.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'd like to help out. So when you get the GoFundMe, let us know, and we'll round up the troops and see what we can get.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else you want to tell anyone?
Yes. So we have our social media pages. We have presence on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So you're free with the Yagazie Foundation. You will see us. You will see our activities. Most of the activities I mentioned, it's on our social media handle. So you could see them seamlessly and then follow up on our subsequent programs. Like the Yes Camp that we kick off tomorrow, the 4th of December, you'll be opportune to see them after we've done the program. And then any other activities that will come up in Yagazie Foundation could be easily seen. Thank you.
That sounds good.
So, and again, my message to the children in the US who want to become soccer stars, who want to become successful through soccer, one advice I must tell them is come to training early, respect your coaches, love your teammates, and train. You get there. Thank you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, there's no better way to do it than to keep training and keep training and keep training.
Yes, and I tell them I use Cristiano Ronaldo as an example for them. Cristiano Ronaldo is a symbol of hard work. He gave us that impression that when you work hard, you will be successful. So keep on training, develop optimism, and then have love for your coaches, your teammates, and even the fans. You surely get there. And the good thing is the MSL and the USMT and the USWT in recent years, they've been doing great. The caliber of players they have in the national team now, I think they will pose a big threat even in the World Cup that will take place next year in Qatar and subsequent World Cups. So I love the spirit, the team spirit. I love the hard work that have been put in place. I love the level of optimism, as well as the innovation that has been included in the team. So I believe the US will do good this time around.
Well, let's hope.
I hope so. It looks like they'll qualify at least, so that's that. That's one thing.
Yeah.
So I think that the last game they played was against Jamaica. Away, they drew, I think, 1-1 or 0-0.
They played Mexico. They beat Mexico 2-0.
Yeah, they beat Mexico.
Yeah, I think after that they played Jamaica away.
I think that was before Mexico.
Or before Mexico.
All right. I know it's at the top of the table right now, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yes, I believe.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adam. Thank you very much, Matt.
Yeah, Ken, I really appreciate you joining. We'll get we're gonna try to do a real fundraiser show probably next spring, and we'll make sure we get you on.
Yeah, keep us posted with everything.
Sure, I'm gonna do that. We have presence on Instagram and all. I think I can see ITB Condog. Is that your handle?
Yes, yeah, that's
for Matt or for you, Adam.
It's just kind of for the group that we have, for the Facebook group.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'd like you to give me the handles so I can also, because already I'm following on Facebook already.
Yeah.
So I'd like to have other handles of other social media so that I can follow as well. And then
Yeah,
we encourage follow for follow.
Yeah, I'll send you. We got rid of our Instagram because it was too much to do, but we have Twitter and Facebook.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll send those to you. But yeah, as soon as you get the GoFundMe set up, send me the link, and we'll post that in the group
Sure.
and get everyone.
Sure.
Get everyone. All right, Ken, I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for joining. I know it's really,
thank you, Ken.
really, really late
You
or
too.
early in the morning as it may be for you.
It's
Sure.
tomorrow over there, Adam.
Right, I know.
All right. So Matt, are you a player? I can see a lot of jerseys at your background, standing beside you.
No, I am definitely not a player. I'm just way too involved in the sport.
Oh, all right. So I'm gonna write my Instagram handle in the chat box.
Okay,
Yeah, sounds good.
I'll post that.
This is for
I
the
really
Yagazi
appreciate you.
Foundation,
Yeah.
and this is mine.
Are you sending it on the YouTube chat? Or to me?
Yeah, I dropped it on the chat box. Can you see it?
But-
On the chat box.
Second?
Maybe it's in your messenger. I don't know. I can't see the chat, so.
I think it may show up after the stream is done. I'm running the stream, so I don't see a lot of the things that everyone else sees. But,
You see it?
I'll make sure I take a look for it. Ken, why don't you send it after we're done here? Why don't you send it to me
okay.
on Messenger, and I'll post it. Make sure everyone sees it. Okay.
All right.
All right, we got to run.
Right.
Have yourself a good rest of your day. Good luck with the camp. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Just
All
now
right,
on the
thanks
chat.
a lot, Ken. Appreciate it.
All right. All right. Bye. My friend texts you. Bye-bye.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Ken was a really neat guy. His connection was almost worse than yours for a while, and then it was better than yours.
Maybe I should move.
So while we were talking, so Kevin, the dedicated Cleveland fan, Kevin Capel, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. He said, "Congratulations, Utica. We got destroyed in the fourth. Good luck in your season. Remember, we didn't have the MVP of the league, Musa, or our top scorer, Mikey." And then he said, "I wish I could have seen the game or to get a feel for what happened." That's cool, Kevin. I really appreciate you hanging around this whole time, and I hope you don't go away just because the game between Utica is over.
Yeah. Definitely a great game for the first three quarters. But yeah, like I said, I think it's a great tune-up for Cleveland. I know they play, what is it, Muskegon this weekend? So I think they're gonna take what they learned in Utica and put it towards that game, and then going into the M2 season.
I found where Ken posted the things.
Oh, good.
I'm pasting them in the chat here. It was in the meeting chat and not the YouTube or the Zoom or the.
Well, I figured it was like Facebook Messenger or something like that.
No, it was
Or was it in like
the OBS meeting thing? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Jack and Jason have been talking about the goalkeeper rule here. I think basically they're talking, Jason says it takes possessions-based soccer backwards to the 80s. They had to really dump it longer than they normally would, and then the defender always playing back. Casey was doing a lot of that. I think what's going to happen though is I think we're in the early phases of it, and I don't think teams have really evolved and figured it out yet. You can see there's a lot of when you watch kids play, like, I got it, no, you got it, no, you got it, no, I got it. one of my daughter's teams, they were famous for, instead of someone just stepping up and say, I got it, they would go, you got it, and do this.
Right.
And I think that was happening a lot. And I think, normally when a ball squirts out or, somebody defensive clearance, the goalkeeper will always go up and touch it and play it back. But I think what they've realized now is that they don't want to do that because that takes away that one safety valve pass.
Right.
So they send a defender back, which doesn't really speed up the game at all. In fact, the gameplay, I should say, because it's kind of makes the same things happen that we would, it takes the defender longer to come back and longer to go up, and he doesn't get chased. I think what's going to happen is the team that loses the ball is going to then pressure and then send two guys down or whatever and force the goalkeeper to either play it or force a bad pass or whatever.
Yeah. I think the key for this whole goalkeeper rule or something to watch is line changes. Like in the past, you could have a defender just kick it to the goalie kick it to the defender, and by the time they did that 4 or 5 times, it was pretty much a line change.
Yeah.
But now you don't have that luxury. But I mean, the game on Sunday, the line changes were pretty good, I think. And you didn't see a lot of like odd man rushes. So for those naysayers, hang in there.
Oh,
once
Kevin
you see
says,
more and more of it, once you see it in person.
I've talked to a certain goalie who is still kind of waiting on his visa and hoping things come through soon, who says he's figured out about 600 ways around the rule. So not like there's only going to be one way to play this rule. And I think what's happening now, and we saw it a lot in KC, is they kind of just kept that 5th player back as like a sweeper keeper type thing. And I think teams will eventually figure that out, and they're going to have to adjust from that. But obviously KC was the first one to really adjust the best, because they won the Central Cup with it.
Absolutely. I mean, St. Louis, the first game was rather smooth when it comes to like goalkeeper violations, but that second game, the St. Louis goalkeeper was all over the place.
Well, so there were 2 goalkeeper fouls in the first game, and then Sway got 3 blue cards in the second game, and now is going to be out for the game against Dallas. I was talking to a number of people in either chat or in some of the groups. I was confused on the rules. So if you get a 6 foul, like a regular player, if they get 6 fouls in a game, they're ejected from the game. But it's not a red card suspension for the next game. It's not really considered a red card. It's more like they'll show the red card, but all it is an ejection from the game at that point. But any other red card follows a 1-game mandatory suspension. That's what happened there. So that's why with 3 blue cards, then Sway is suspended. They've actually picked up, we've been talking about them. Yes, Eric, back-to-back Central Cup champions. Sorry.
Now we can say they're the Central Cup champions, right, now that they did sweep the ambush.
Yeah. In fact, if those 2 games were in the Central Cup, they would have still won.
Right.
So it's yours. It's yours, Eric. Covet the cup.
Run around Cable Denver Arena with it and document it.
But yeah, so that's I think we're going to see, I think we talked early on, we're going to see a totally different second half of the season than first half as this rule evolves and as people figure it out. I think what's happening is happening the way we thought it would, but it's too early to really tell. So I'm going to reserve judgment until. I am happy that both violations of it they caught and blew it dead right away. They didn't miss any, so I know that was a concern, like the refs are never going to figure this out. Well, okay, and I've seen people say, well, the refs can't even figure out this, so how are they going to figure out that? And it's like, well, the 2 aren't related.
Yeah.
So it's not the on-field refs, it's not the on-field's ref responsibility to keep track of the number of fouls per player. That's done on the side. And once a foul comes out, they have to communicate with the head ref. That's why it takes so long, and that's why people say, well, the refs don't even know what they're doing because it took so long to find the blue card. Well, no, they're communicating. The person on the side, because they have their little microphone things, and the person in the box, ref in the box will say, or the head ref will say foul on number whatever, and the person will look down their list and they're like, oh, yep, that's 4 fouls. And we're like, are we sure? Yep, 4 fouls. Okay, blue card. Well, that takes 15, 20 seconds to figure that out.
Yeah,
with all the arena noise and all the other. Yeah.
Designated player goes up to the ref pretty much after each quarter and says, okay, how does it look?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's that. Should we get our next guest going here?
I'm sure he's chomping at the bit. He was very excited about being on the show today. So
I'm excited. Excited for him being excited.
It was I got to admit, it was kind of weird seeing him in a Cleveland Crunch outfit.
Was he?
But I kind of knew because he's from Cleveland, so
yeah.
I guess.
When did he get injured? Was it
last year?
Well, it was later.
Wait, was it last year or was it the year before? No, I think it was last year.
Well, last season, this year.
Last season, yeah.
So February, March-ish, right?
I think so, yeah.
And it was ACL, right?
Believe so. Adam, it's not like you can't ask him when he comes on.
We'll see if he joins.
Fun fact, I don't know if you knew this or if I told you this. Antonio Manfut went to the same high school as LeBron James.
I did not know that. You did not tell me that.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Not at the same time, though.
I don't believe so, no.
So 2 games over the weekend that we had were... What I figure is we'll start talking about something and then he'll join. So
okay.
2 games last weekend were, the first was Ambush hosting the Comets and the second one was Comets hosting the Ambush. Both games were handily won by KC. I mean, the first game was 6-4, but KC had basically dominated the entire game, and then the second game was 11-6. And in each game, I think St. Louis only really played 1 full quarter. That was kind of the issue that we talked about. It's been plaguing them for a number of seasons now, and I think it still happened. It's still early in the season, but these games count now. Yeah,
that second game, I think once the first quarter was over, we're all like, oh boy, here we go again. St. Louis just shutting down. And I mean, they did bounce back. And for St. Louis fans, I think you have to take the signing of Mo Ndiaye as one of the best signings you've seen in years.
Yes, absolutely. It was
that guy. I mean, he played in Baltimore and just on both ends, just a great player, and probably made. Did they even do Team of the Week?
I didn't see anything. No.
It's kind of pointless to do Team of the Week with two teams, but if there was a Team of the Week, he would have been on it.
If we can have power rankings of the week, we can have Team of the Week.
Please don't mention power rankings.
All right, I'm going to say one thing about power rankings. I'm going to get it over with. Every year, and you guys saw my post if you read it in the box, every year there's someone who just doesn't understand power rankings. And they end up sticking to their guns and making a fool of themselves. And in this case, I got blocked, and I removed the person from the group who since rejoined. I'm still blocked, have not received an apology, and I'm sure the person's still sticking to their guns. Power rankings are not directly related to the standings. They're not directly related to who plays games at what time. They're not directly related to who plays each other. They are simply a ranking from confidence of top to bottom, how likely it is for the team right now to win the championship. So you could have a team that's, say, 10-0. And of course, in order to get to 10-0, they're most likely going to be first in the power rankings. And then they lose, let's say they lose 4 key players in the same game, and they're out for 2 weeks. And those next 2 weeks, they lose 3 games, and now they're 10-3. They could realistically still stay at the top of the power rankings, even though there might be another team that's now 13-0 at that. Because they're so strong, They know
Yeah,
they're going to
and
get those players back, and they'll go. Go ahead, sorry.
yeah, to kind of piggyback off what you said. I mean, college football's going through that right now. So Cincinnati is like 10-0, and they're like I think they're the only unbeaten team in college football. And people are saying, well, why aren't they in the college football playoff picture? This, that, and the other thing. They haven't really played anybody decent, which is why you're seeing like these one-loss teams above them.
Yep.
And that's kind of what the power rankings. That's what Alex is doing. And I mentioned the power rankings. I kind of disagree with them a little bit. I would flip flop Harrisburg and St. Louis, maybe move Chihuahua down a little bit. And after today's announcement, I would move a certain team up a couple of spots.
Baltimore?
No,
Oh.
Baltimore would not. No.
Well,
Well, I'll just say Utica should be moved up because of the signing of Slavisa Ubi Parapovic. That was the big question of the offseason. Where was he going to go? I had no idea it was going to happen, and here we are.
Well, like you said, you were pretty sure it wasn't going to happen when we talked 3 months ago about it. So now I want you to be pretty sure that I'm not going to win the lottery. We'll call it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Although I think I did say it wouldn't surprise me if they came back.
So it wouldn't surprise you if I didn't win the lottery, but
right.
I'm probably going to. Then.
So if you do win, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
And you said you thought it was like 30%, and I'm
30%.
I'm not greedy. I would take 30% of the lottery winnings. I mean, that's fine.
Well, yeah, I mean, 30% if you were the only one to win, but not like 30% if like a lot of people won.
No, it's all about me.
Yeah,
got that. But yeah.
So what games do we have this weekend? We only have 3, right?
Yes. But on the power rankings thing, so standings official from the league, points official from the league, all the way those work. Power rankings are an opinion piece. Now, that said, that fully opens it up to conversations and opinions and other opinions and differing opinions. But when you say you're an idiot because you don't put the team that blah, 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 this team has more goals and more games than anyone, why aren't they first? And then when you say, well, keep being a Florida fan and keep you doing this, and I delete all these posts so a lot of people that haven't seen them. But basically, because Alex Post put Florida first and KC wasn't ahead of them, this person thought that we were all Florida fans. And if you've spent 2 seconds on In the Box or watching a show or just being alive, you'll know that that isn't the same. That just isn't the truth. So right. I just wanted to get that out.
And that's what we want. We want conversation. We don't want it to sit there and be like, oh, well, the power rankings are a joke. Make up your own power rankings. Put them on In the Box. We'll take a look at them and we'll say, okay, well, here's what we think.
If you don't understand what they are, it's going to be hard to do that.
Right.
But on that thought, I think St. Louis moving up was fine because they played a very, very... So in the second game, it was 5-1 at the end of the first quarter and 6-5 at halftime. 5-1 KC up, 6-5 KC up at halftime. And St. Louis just played lights out in that second quarter. And you saw moments of what this team is capable of, and they were out 5 or 6 guys. Mijatovic, Tony Walls, and I'm gonna forget all the other ones, even though David Kraft told me today what they were. But I think because of that, they have a good chance of getting, pulling things and getting them together and things like
that. And I'm gonna take the opposite side. I think if you were to put Harrisburg and St. Louis in a neutral field, excluding Baltimore, of course.
Right, a bigger field.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Harrisburg win that game, and that's how I see power rankings.
Right.
And kind of going back to what you were saying, who would you rather see at the top of a power rankings? A 10-0 team that plays, I don't know, Rochester 10 times. Or like a 5-5 team that has a really tough schedule and has beaten a couple of the really good teams. And so it's kind of
Right. Well, and on that note, let's say the 5-5 team went 0-5 to start the season, and now they won 5 in a row and they're 5-5. That's a huge jump in power ranking.
right.
So if let's say there's a chance St. Louis could go 0-4 to start the season. And I haven't looked past 4 games, so I don't know what the rest of it is. But so let's say they do, and then let's say they win their next 4 games, they're going to shoot far up the rankings.
Well, I'm not gonna give away my predictions for this week, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, I've given them a 2.5 goal favorite.
Yeah, I did see that. We'll see what happens. So speaking of St. Louis, so Sway is out for 1 game for the red card, and they have signed Pollo Cortez. So we were talking last show, I think it was, or 2 shows ago, about which Cortez was playing with St. Louis in the Central Cup. It was Fernando Cortez that was playing with St. Louis in the Central Cup, but it's Pollo Cortez who's playing this weekend in Dallas. Now, speculation is that it may be a 1-game deal because he already lives in Dallas, but who knows?
He's a great keeper. I think that would be a great pickup for St. Louis.
I agree. I think Sway is a great keeper, and I think just first and second game jitters for not playing for so long.
Yeah, that too. But I would definitely like to see Pollo get a chance somewhere this season.
Yeah.
By the way, Dallas, nice turf. I thought it looked awfully familiar.
It looked kind of like the turf that might have been sold on eBay to Lewis Melcher at one point.
Exactly. That's what I said. I'm like, that definitely looks like a Mississauga turf.
He wasn't though, because so Scotty Fellows is our relocated Wave fan who's now living in Dallas, and he's pretending to still be a Wave fan, but he talks a whole lot about Dallas. He's down there.
He must be talking to Gio a lot.
I think so. Someone has to, because we aren't.
He's too busy to talk to us.
I think Gio, have you finished washing Ed's car yet? Coming and join the show?
I hate you guys. I banned him from chat. So
Jack says Dallas should move up 2 to 3 spots in the power rankings for the turf alone. Yeah. But Scotty said he saw it was plastic wrapped and it was like really bright, and he's like, there's no way anyone's gonna take existing turf and plastic wrap it after a game or after a use or whatever.
Well, I mean, geez, Mississauga didn't use it that much, so it would probably still have that new look, new turf smell to it.
Right. And I think Cliff said this in a private chat that they maybe they just turned it over and that's why it looks so fresh.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, that makes
That's
sense because
couch cushions.
if it's like a pillow in the Texas heat, it'll keep the players cooler by turning it over.
Yeah.
Sure, that there's logic in that.
There's lots of logic. Move them up in the power rankings.
When you talk to Antonio, was it on text or Facebook?
I literally talked to him in person.
Okay. He hasn't seen the message yet or joined, so we'll see if he joins or not.
All right. Well, do you want to just talk about the games and
yeah, I want to do that.
Give our predictions and kind of go from there?
Yeah. So there is no Friday night game,
which stinks.
The whole reason we reorganized our entire show schedule was to avoid the Friday night games. At least be courteous and schedule a game on Friday night.
Yeah, and now we're cutting into Jay's Thursday night football.
Right. Jay, I'm so sorry. Cutting into your Thursday night football for a game that didn't exist. We just have another show tomorrow night?
Yeah. I'm fine with that. I'm going to the casino tomorrow, but yeah, sure.
I just got a new pool cue and I need to play with it.
Yeah, the casinos have decided to give me a bunch of free play after winning. Please don't. I know you're going for the mouse, and just don't.
All right, I'll hold off.
No, don't hold off. Just don't.
Okay, I won't do it. All right.
But yeah, so I've got that going.
Oh, we actually have a button. Do you know how I say that I write notes down every week? I haven't looked at them yet for tonight.
Oh, good. So we've been okay. Right.
So why don't we struggle for something to talk about for a while and then look down my notes?
All right.
So before we get to the games, there's a new ball. So do you guys remember when Miter had the new ball and there was a giant announcement and every game had like 17 different talkings about the Miter ball?
It's from Huddersfield, England.
From 1832 or whatever it was.
1356, yeah.
Yeah, and the Mitre ball, as some people were pronouncing it. And then the ball finally came in yellow, and it was even bigger. And then the flight ball came in. We had Brian Farber on the show. He talked about it. Giant stars on it. Where is it here?
Slippery balls.
That whole incident. And by the way, we're having Jonathan on the show at some point soon. Maybe next week. Maybe we'll figure that out. Because there's more to the story than what you guys have heard. And I haven't even heard it, so I'm looking forward to this. Giant announcements, all this thing. The ball was great. It was yellow. Blue stars on it. It stood out. It made a statement. And I think they talked to players. Keepers can track it better. And wham, there's a new ball this year. Does anyone realize it? And I know they talked about it a little bit in Kansas City, but that's because I messaged Eric, and I'm sure it was just because I messaged him that they talked about it. Had nothing to do with anything they plan on doing in advance. It looks like the 90s Jazz Cup. Remember those things? Like the blue and the purple and the green and
yeah, I did see it during the exhibition game Sunday.
How did it look up close? Because I'm not one to like. I know everyone's gonna go back. Oh, we need the old MASL Puma ball, the red and black or whatever. It's a ball. I want to be able to see it on the screen, which I was able to just fine, and I want it to be able to play well for the players. I don't have a way to judge that from watching games or even being at games.
So what you're saying is the soccer ball should be at the same power rankings.
The power, yeah, and I would put the new ball slightly under, but it's a ball. It works. It looks good. I want to see what Florida's turf does to it though, because it is white and not yellow. So Emma just typed. I don't even know if I can say this with a straight face. Emma just typed in saying, "I used to work in a sports shop in England. Miter was a big deal. Balls and studs."
Emma.
And next topic.
Emma.
So there's that. Now my mind is.
Were there all sorts of colorful balls? I'll just ask. Okay. Let's move on.
Okay. So the new ball. I'm surprised it's a new ball. But my other thought was, what if they have a different style ball every season?
I mean, I'm sure I can find out.
Yeah, but I think that would be really
cool. Within 24 hours.
Right. No, I think that would be really cool if they use a new one every season. That would be really neat. If they change it just for the sake of changing it, or if there's something wrong with the old one, maybe the slipperiness of the
slippery balls
was a huge issue, and that's why they had to change it, and they couldn't.
I like the whistle that's going on during that.
I know.
It's like the ref knows what's going to happen, and then Jonathan just says it.
Okay, so Emma says we use soccer boots with replaceable studs, but didn't mean anything what we might have thought it meant. So anyway, the other thing. So we went over that. I want to welcome a new Wave player, Victor Rada, who's hopefully watching somewhere. Maybe Welcome to the Wave. Look forward to meeting you in person. That's just a shout out I had to do. So let's talk rules with the red cards, the penalties, and suspensions. So with the whole card thing, six fouls in a game is not power play and not a suspension. It's just a ejection of a player from the game,
Right.
like fouling out in basketball is what I've heard it compared to.
Right, it's comparable to that. Yep.
But if 4 fouls and a half, that's a blue card and a power play. And then if 3 cards in a game, potentially just 3 fouls, granted bad fouls, but one of them could be just a tip of the hand on the ball an inch outside of the box. That's a blue card. If that's a suspension, why isn't 6 fouls in a game a suspension? I don't expect anyone to have any answers.
I got nothing.
Okay. So we'll go back to Emma's question. Yes, it does make sense to Americans. The studs were replaceable. American football.
Well, yeah, studs are replaceable.
Yeah. That's a big thing in American football where they'll have like this big of studs down to this big of studs. Maybe not that big, but for the different playing surfaces and grass versus turf and mud versus ice and stuff like that. I don't know what they do in pro soccer. I know for the entire youth, even the like $150 shoes were like molded studs.
Yeah, studs.
I don't know what I mean, I've seen the pros have much shinier studs than the molded studs seem to look, and they seem to maybe be metal and maybe be replaceable, but I'm not sure. Can you sharpen them?
Sharpen studs? I don't know.
Yeah.
My head is still the way out there when you say the word studs.
I know. I'm trying to keep it. The other note I have is the MASL midweek show with Michelle Gingras. I think she said her name was.
I got to tell you. So I was looking at her Twitter. She's a huge New York Rangers fan, so she has bonus points from me.
I don't know who she is, but I guess she's involved a lot with outdoor soccer.
Yeah, she's MSG Network, which is New York
Red Bulls.
City based.
Yeah.
So she does a lot with the Rangers, and I think I saw some stuff on the Red Bulls.
Yeah.
But yeah, good first show.
Yep.
I mean, geez, when you have Keith Tozer on, I mean, it took her one try to get Keith Tozer. It took us.
Right. Yeah. I think the show will be good. We didn't really hear anything brand new. You know, Keith was saying a lot of the things that he said on our show with Philly's show and on Gio's podcast, Gio and Brad's podcast. But it was just good to see it, and I think that's going to be a good segment. I heard on the Nick and Eric broadcast that MASL Primetime is coming back with Alex Bastervansky.
Wow.
So I don't know. I was kind of only half paying attention and didn't want to rewind and screw up getting YouTube all confused.
Well, if Eric is in the chat, he could possibly.
Probably already left.
Oh yeah.
I think he shows up to say hi and just troll me about the Central Cup, and then he just takes off for something better.
Yeah.
Which is appreciated. I mean,
That's a click and a view for us.
Yeah, I told him I'm definitely 100% going to get trolled every single game he calls about the Central Cup. And but I got the first shout out Saturday or Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah, you did.
So
you did.
Neener something.
Go you.
Yeah,
Right.
Brad says MASL Primetime was great. Hopefully it's back. I thought that was a good show. I look forward to watching that every week. I think there's only going to be better highlights and better quality and better of the betters.
Move MASL Primetime above Baltimore in the power rankings. Move them up.
All right, that's all I got. I think we got to talk
All
about
right.
the games.
Predictions for this week.
Games for this week. So Saturday, December 4th, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central is the Tropics at. Where's the damn home team in this? Hang
The
on.
Blast.
Okay. So last season they had the home team on top, like every other soccer in the world. Now this year the home team is on the bottom in the little ticker thing that goes along the top of MSLsoccer.com. So this
Well, that's how it should be. It should be Florida at Baltimore.
okay.
Well,
And
that's
I know every other
how
sport
I
than
think it should be.
soccer.
I mean, any other sports, like if you go on ESPN, you see visitors home.
Unless it's soccer, then it's home first.
No,
But we're a Hawk Socky or whatever the name of this thing is supposed to be.
Hawk sock.
Sock.
Yep.
Basket sock.
Best, yeah. So I am going to clump together two of the games.
Okay, I see which ones you're doing. So
I'm
then
going to clump together Florida going to Baltimore and Utica. Awful start of the season for Florida. I mean, going up against two pretty much defensive-minded teams. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Florida, you're going to be 0-2.
and it's 21 hours. The game times are 21 hours apart.
Yeah, and then the drive time to Utica.
How long is that
I
drive?
mean, what's that?
How long is the drive from Baltimore to Utica?
It was about a 7-hour drive to Harrisburg, so I'd imagine it's about 8 or 9 hours to Baltimore.
Or are they gonna fly again?
Don't know.
Well, that should be interesting. Yeah.
But the game time has been pushed back to 3:00 as opposed to 2:00 on Sunday.
Right. But that is
But
still.
I don't think that extra hour is going to make much of a difference. Especially after playing the night before on that small field at CQ. I put the Baltimore Florida game as a pick'em. So basically, you could pick either team. It's evenly matched. Baltimore with the home field advantage and Florida with the talent that they have. But yeah, I think Baltimore's gonna take this one. Probably you're looking at about a 7-5, 6-4-ish type game.
So your typical Baltimore score.
Except when they play Utica.
I'm interested in seeing what the goalkeeper rule is going to be like in Baltimore because that was one of the highly contested, talked about things.
Yeah, the big thing is going to be: are you going to see like more accidental 3-line passes or something like that?
Well, we already do.
Well, I know, but more than usual.
I mean, you can have a defender block a pass and have that be a 3-line off the shin guard.
True.
But it's going to be interesting to see how that's handled. I think it could be either. I think the team who solves the goal. How's this for prediction? The team who solves the goalkeeper rule on that field wins.
No, no. Then you could be like, oh, the team that scores more goals will win.
Well, that's true. That's true. And you know how you score more goals than the other team is you put the ball in the back of the net more often.
Right. Boy, we are really good at this predicting stuff.
I know it's almost like you don't even need the John Madden voice to do this.
Boom.
I still remember. So I think I might have talked about this on the show, and I'm going to talk about it again because that's what I do. Back when Madden and Summerall were the team, but they were in like their later years. I listened to them argue for a solid 2 minutes on whether the players could see the yellow line on the field. So that, all the games those years we're talking about, oh, well, the yellow line's not on the field, it's a camera trick, we do it, blah, blah, blah. And Madden's like, oh yeah, he knew where that first down marker, he saw that yellow line and he just went for it. And Pat's like, no, John, the players can't actually see the line, it's just on the field. He goes, yeah, but he knew where that yellow line was and he ran right for it. Everybody knows what John Madden means, but Pat just wouldn't let it go. It's like the grumpy old men. Pat's like, well, John, he can't see the yellow line. Yeah, but he knew where the yellow line was. Well, but he can't see it. How does he know where it was? But he knew where it was. He could see it on the field. It's just like back and forth.
Who's on first? What's that second?
Right. So that was one of the best things. The other was John Madden explaining to us that the team who was down by 4 couldn't kick the field goal in the last seconds because they had to go for the touchdown. For a good 30 seconds.
Right. Oh, John Madden.
I kind of miss him.
The creator of the turducken.
Right? Yeah.
They did a whole thing about that. It was during the first game of it was Lions Bears, something like that. They showed the story of the turducken and how it came to be. That looks really good, by the way.
It wasn't even the turducken. It was before then. It was like the 8-legged turkey or whatever. Like somehow
they would have the when they did the games, they'd have the big turkey that came out with the huge turkey legs and stuff, and they would have to eat that. Then they switched to the turducken or something like that. But
he's going off on look how many legs are on this turkey. I wonder how that thing got around.
No, it needs tough acting, tenactin. Boom,
boom. All right, so I think I agree with you on both games.
Yeah, and so going into the Utica game, adding Slavisa back into the mix adds a lot more depth to that midfield. Huh? But I mean, it's going to be interesting. Do they put him as a midfielder, or do they put him more as like a target forward? It'll be interesting to see.
I'd say put him anywhere. If you could put him on defense and have him just shoot from the yellow line every time he gets there.
Yeah, I mean, you've already got a great midfielder in Christian Segura. So, do they go 2 midfielders?
Yeah, maybe
like have 1-2-2 or something like that. I don't know, but definitely be interesting to see. And I think that game's going to be a little more open.
Yeah.
So I would imagine 7-4 or 8-5 or something like that. Sorry, Ricardo.
Yeah, sorry, Ricardo. I think both games have. So I think the first game has a potential to be just a crazy scoring mission. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a 11-9.
Especially with the keeper rule. So that would put more free kicks towards in really weird places in the defensive end.
Well, and that'll be interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, Utica should be interesting. I don't remember what either team played like last time they played. Been 150 billion years ago.
Well, I can tell you how Utica played. It's the complete opposite of what they're playing now. I'll just say that.
Yes,
especially on the defensive end.
Emma said, not sure if we saw Jason's comments. So, I guess you guys let the cat out of the bag. So there may be a Wave player staying with the Wave family for some period of time.
Nice.
You guys can figure out from there who it is and. All right, so we got that going on. So then I'm excited to see Utica play again. I
too am excited to see Utica play again, even though I saw them on Sunday. Definitely going to be a better environment than Sunday.
Oh, I would think so. Yeah. No one wants to see an exhibition game. Opposed to the real season.
There were still about a good 1,000 people there.
Yeah.
A couple more than what Florida had.
All last season, you mean?
Yeah. I think I think Utica's exhibition kind of outdrew the entire season for Florida.
Let's talk attendance in a second, but let's get to the ambush sidekicks. This one's going to be interesting for me because I don't know if I could. So I'm not going to watch. I don't do the 2-screen thing very well. I don't know if I want to wait for the game to be over and then try to watch it from the beginning. Or I just do like open YouTube and close my eyes and then rewind it and then start it over. Because there's no way the games, they're not going to be over. 5 o'clock game will not be over before 7 or 6 and 8 your times.
Yeah.
And then I'm helping out a guy at doing some work stuff at 10 p.m. my time. I don't know if I'll be able to watch the entire game until midnight Saturday night.
I'll probably end up watching it Sunday after I drop the kids off.
You know, it'd be a great time to watch it is Friday night when there's no games. Oh wait, we need Ken for that.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe we could travel over there, watch it, travel back.
I don't think that's how time zones work, but we'll go with it.
We'll go with it. Who cares?
Yeah. We're just assuming Antonio.
Yeah.
He got caught up with something. We'll have him on again, or once. But yeah, I think you gave the ambush a 2.5 point favorite.
Yep.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen St. Louis already this season, and I think you'll probably see some of the players that weren't there. You forgot to mention Lucas Almeida.
That's right.
Yeah, but I think you may see some of those players in Dallas playing that game, and Dallas is still a big question mark. I mean, Pablo da Silva is now coaching, so what's his coaching style going to be like?
Yeah,
like we haven't seen Felipe,
D'Souza.
Yeah, D'Souza. We haven't seen him. So it's going to be, and they have a lot of new players as well. So I don't think I think Dallas is in more of a rebuilding phase.
Yeah,
and they're trying to get a lot of these players some experience. So I don't see this is going to be like 9-2.
Oh, you
like
think so?
9-2, 9-3, something like that.
I know St. Louis fans are a bit concerned because of the unknown of Dallas right now, like kind of an unknown, like you said. So if we go by what Tozer told us on the show, the first year as a coach is really like a watching year, like a just observe, document, make small, tiny changes, don't make anything big. But I think there was so many things wrong in Dallas. And Pablo is not the kind of guy to say. I don't know if you've ever seen Pablo play. He gets a little worked up sometimes, just from time to time.
Just a touch.
I think he's going to light a fire under these guys, and I think there might be some. Interesting things going on.
Yeah, but you got to look back to how many games has Dallas played this season?
None.
How many games has St. Louis played this season?
1/8.
4. Well, actual games, We're not talking how many they actually put an effort into.
Okay, then I'm gonna give them 2 games because I don't think we should count any preseason stuff.
I'm counting preseason.
Okay, well 2 or 4
because it did count towards something. There was an end goal.
And a cup that they didn't win. But they almost won.
They did. I forget who won.
I don't know.
So Greg Beers had time to kind of start tweaking, doing his fine tuning, and I think you'll notice that in this game. So maybe you'll see like St. Louis blow out Dallas in the first half, and then Dallas will make it a little more interesting in the second. Maybe like a 5-1 first half, and then the final ends up being 9-3 or something like that, where it's 4-2 in the second half.
So Matt Sterling from Keeper's Corner podcast Says St. Louis 5, Dallas 3. And then he has Florida 9, Baltimore 8, and UCFC 9, Florida 7. He has games.
Wow, a lot closer.
He has games a lot closer
that
this
Dallas
weekend.
St. Louis game, if that's 5-3, boy.
Well, and I just think back to, granted, this was 100 years ago when Dallas played Ontario in the playoffs. They fought them hard. Wasn't there one game that was like 9-7?
I think so. Yeah, that Florida Baltimore game. I mean, we all know this, and I'll just say it. Could go either way. That's why it's a pick'em game. There's no clear cut favorite. And then taking into account on Sunday, Florida going all the way up to Utica, plus that home field advantage.
So Dallas,
there's a definite favorite right there.
Dallas lost their last 2 regular season games 13-4 and 9-4, and then played Ontario to a 9-7 and 10-7 losses.
So would you consider that to be Dallas playing hard or Ontario kind of going?
Yes. The answer to that is yes.
Yes, that.
I don't think it goes one way or another.
I think taking the playoffs out. I mean, you just said it right there. 13-4, 9-4. I think one of them was against San Diego.
Yep. In Casey.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I could see the Florida Baltimore, the St. Louis Dallas one. I don't see it as low scoring as that, but that's why you play the game.
Yeah, I mean, if St. Louis can do what they did in the second quarter Sunday, there's a game. There's still
a game. I mean, it's gonna be Saturday at whatever time.
But yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to watching that. I want to see what Dallas has done to improve their broadcast. Hint, Dallas.
Well, I mean, the first thing, I mean, visually, you've got that new turf. Florida, hey, Florida. If Dallas can do it, so can you.
Did you see the Florida thing that said they had a picture of all the flight balls piled up? Like half of them were green.
No.
I don't remember where that was.
No, the only thing I remember lately from Florida is the picture that one person put up about the exhibition game, and it's like, oh, it's so good to be here, and there's like 6 people in the stands, and it's like,
yeah. Well, we'll see if
which kind of like seamlessly transitions into your attendance thing you wanted to talk about.
Yes. So I've gotten comments from a certain person and a couple other people about the overall attendance and what we think will happen this season. And do we think attendance will go up automatically because of the big 3 are here now that it's legitimate and there's going to be attendance? And I don't think attendance is going up this year. I think it's going down and I'm completely ignoring the 2021 season where there were no fans in half the game. I think we compared to the 2019-20 season, I think we're gonna see an average of 500 to 1,000 fewer fans per game, and I think it's because all these different variants coming out now, and people are still just a little bit hesitant, and I think people have gotten used to just doing other things. Now I think that'll grow, but I think at least in the first 2 months of the season, it's going to be a lot lower.
I'm going to be a little more optimistic. And I think it's because soccer hasn't, I mean, in certain markets, I think soccer hasn't been around in 20 months and people are chomping at the bit. And I mean, these arenas are doing their due diligence to make it happen. I'm going to speak for Utica. I don't see Utica's attendance dipping at all. I think they've been promoting. Well, finally, they've been getting the word out about the tickets and going back to doing their commercials and doing all that stuff. If I were to say if it's going to go up or down, maybe a slight dip down. But it's not as bad.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to see a dip. I would like to see.
Oh, I don't either. No, you're right.
I would hope some. What I'm basing this off of course, is the same amount of data that we have on the goalkeeper rule, which is the 2 games, St. Louis and Kansas City. And I know there's always an excuse. There's some big tournament. There's some big kids tournament or whatever. But basically 2,500 per game. And you would think on the season home opener, and it was Black Friday. You would still think on the home opener that should be one of the bigger games of the year.
Yeah. So let's predict who the league leader in attendance is going to be.
Not Florida.
I was going to say Florida.
Oh, Brad says Baltimore sold out for Saturday. That's good.
So what? That's 500 people. Great.
It's dressed like a yellow seat night in Baltimore. I heard that like 3 or 4 years when they first moved to Towson. I heard that.
How many times have we heard it's a sellout, and yet we see like everyone's in line to get corn dogs? Yeah, we know.
They're all on the concourse the whole game.
On the concourse.
But I'm hoping. I mean, I'm hoping Wave fans especially can rally. Unfortunately, there's a lot of issues with the Wave ticketing going on right now. I think. I all this stuff is anecdotal, but I've probably heard from 5 or 6 different people and families that this will be their last year, even if they can get their season tickets, because they just can't get a hold of anybody. There's nobody in the offices, nobody returning emails, nobody returning phone calls and things, but I hope that is a temporary thing, and I hope that gets figured out. I know they have a new Ticketmaster online system, which is causing another set of issues. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I bet you the reason why Baltimore sold out already is if you call the Blast ticket office, you probably get either Brad or Gio.
Yeah, right. Well, when they're not busy washing Ed's car.
That is true. That is very true.
But yeah, I mean, I hope attendance goes up, and I hope we don't see it, go up for the first couple of games and then drop off. And
Did you pick a game on Saturday?
No, I've been avoiding that purpose.
You've been changing the subject so you can avoid the pick. Okay.
Yeah, I did that. I was at Pool League last night, and I had a tough opening shot. So I was talking to my opponent about something because we were very chatty. We're all friends there, and every couple sentences I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm stalling here. Oh yeah, I'm still stalling here. Yep, I'm still stalling. So that's what I'm doing. I'm stalling. I got to go ambush, but I only think it's going to be a goal. I think.
All right. So with that being said, you're taking Dallas with the 2.5 goal.
If we're doing it that way, I would pick Dallas, expecting them to lose by 1.
Okay.
I just didn't wear the shirt for no reason. I mean, it wasn't just to spite Gio because he's not, or maybe it was.
We should have, maybe when he comes back, if he comes back, we wear our Dallas jerseys because I'm getting one. They had a great, it was 50% off Cyber Monday.
We should just tell them we're all going to wear All-Star jerseys and then wear the Dallas ones instead.
Oh my God, yes.
Hey, you know what I am disappointed in? Speaking of that, we never saw an MJSL episode for last week. We even set him up with a fake rule and everything that he was supposed to comment on. And
come on, MJSL, where are you?
Yeah. So I'm catching up with some comments here. Adam Grosskreutz says Baltimore will lose and Utica will win. Kevin says basically the same thing. Florida splits and win in OT in Baltimore, run out of gas in the fourth to Utica. Emma, yes, I did see your comment. I want to meet Victor. I've heard good things. And then Matt said, to be transparent, I'm going off what I remember from 2 years ago. Didn't watch a lot last year until the semifinals. Dallas seemed to be average 2 years ago, not anything special, and they were just overall bad last year. So I don't know how that changed or what happened, but
Yeah, the best game Dallas played 2 years ago was the overtime loss to Utica.
I remember that. Yeah.
I do want to see Baltimore win, and it pains me to say that, but I kind of want to see both teams be 1-0. Wait, Baltimore doesn't play again until the following Sunday, right?
Against
Utica. Oh no! Oh, so Baltimore plays Milwaukee.
Yep.
And then has to play Utica in Utica.
Yep.
Ooh.
And they got really screwed on that one. They play at home at 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, and they play in Utica at 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. We don't make the schedule, kids.
Yep.
That's the way it works.
It could still be Battle of the Undefeateds in Utica on next Sunday.
I do want to say the last time I saw the Blast play, I was not anywhere near close to as many Blast fans as I am now. So now I'm kind of torn. I mean, they're still the mortal enemy. That'll never change, but
the last time we had any interaction with Baltimore was
it's true.
Which was not brought up in the little live session that they had. So I think next Sunday, William Vanzella, I'm calling you out. I want to know once and for all if this was you. If this was you. Exactly.
It was. We all know it was.
We will take this to the league, and things won't really happen, but it would be kind of cool to know
if they're throwing out suspensions for some of the stuff people are taking to the league, we're taking it to the league.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we'll have the suspension happen on Sunday.
Oh yeah. That'd be good.
Yeah.
It's like there's a line in the end of one of my favorite movies of all time, My Cousin Vinny, where it's like one of the key witnesses just like heard this like totally important piece of evidence, and Joe Pesci's character is like, go ahead, you can say it, it's okay, they already know.
Yeah.
So anyway, Matt says, he was going on that. Jason says, don't forget for St. Louis, Sway is on a red card, so it would be a backup keeper. Jason, I don't know if you probably just joined right after we started talking about this. St. Louis signed Pollo Cortez, who was the Mesquite keeper, who was very good. And I'm assuming the chatter and rumors are he got signed for this game only, but depending on how he does, he may stay. He may not.
I think he stays. I really do. I mean, he did great things in Mesquite, and it would be foolish to not keep him at least as a backup.
And you never know. He might be in a situation in his life where he was only able to sign for this one game, and he has other stuff going on down there. And
maybe I don't know. But I'm just saying.
But it'll be exciting to see him play again. Then what else do we got? Yeah, Brad says Baltimore sold out. Jack says, well, that's interesting because I just went to the site and there's a whole section of tickets left.
Sorry. y'all can just do that in the chat.
Yeah, right. There's some good stuff in the chat. You'll have to watch it later.
Utica's the same way. There's a lot of, I won't say a lot of empty seats, but
I haven't looked at Milwaukee. But I mean, Milwaukee has always typically had a really strong opening day. I don't know what else is going on. They're starting.
I think I'm going to go live Sunday during like introductions, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah, Sunday. That's the only thing I have. Oh, there's a race this weekend too.
Well, there you go.
All you Formula One fans, there's a highly contested championship going on, whereas like every other year in the past, it was pretty much over by now.
Yeah.
Max or Lewis?
Max Ferdinand?
No. Max Verstappen.
See, I only know a little bit about F1, and I used to kind of sort of watch it back in the day with what's his name, Nigel Mansell.
How long ago was that?
That was a while ago. I was probably like freaking out because he's British.
Yeah.
But Nigel Mansell, great driver. Stopped watching it for a while. What was that guy that got into like a really, really bad accident?
That guy in F1 that got into a bad accident?
He lives in like Switzerland now or something like that. And they did a documentary on him.
Oh, Schumacher. Michael Schumacher.
Yeah, Michael Schumacher. Watched him. If I had to pick, I know who Lewis Hamilton is.
He's British too.
If you had said Lando Norris, I probably would have said Lando Norris.
He won't win.
Well,
he's already out of it.
Well, Adam, I don't know what to tell you.
So, this is why we changed the name to In the Box, so we could talk about F1
and cake. I just have to. So, speaking of cake, so was it today? Yes, it was today. So here in upstate New York, with our coffee, there's the grocery store that's right down the street from me has an option where you can get a scoop of ice cream in your coffee for free, and it's just this week. So I got my regular coffee and I got the ice cream piece of cake, and it's like got chocolate swirl and pieces of real cake in it. Really good in coffee.
Sounds good. I'd rather have just a regular cake.
I saw something
was it a Napoleon?
the other day. It is a mug cake with 2 ingredients. It was Oreos and milk.
My kids used to destroy the kitchen trying to make those.
I'd never seen it before, and I think I'm going to try it this weekend with the kids.
There was another one, soda cake. You essentially take a box cake mix, and the only other ingredient you put in there is whatever soda you want. Like
Vegemite?
Mountain Dew. No, not Vegemite. Like Mountain Dew cake or soda cake. What is it? Yeah, 2 ingredients soda cake. 1 box cake mix, 1 can, 12 ounces of soda. Would be the only way I could drink like vanilla orange Coke or whatever.
That's interesting. But yeah, the Oreo and milk thing is definitely going to happen this weekend. I just gotta.
Welcome to Cake Talk with you.
And we throw in MASL once in a while.
MASL in the cake or cake in the box? Cake in the box.
Cake in my mouth.
Here we go. We need a new logo.
It's just like an outline of someone like eating like this. Yeah.
Screenshot that. Well, so anyway, I think that's about all we have.
Yeah, I think we're good. Time to go put the diaper in the water cooler.
Oh yeah. Did you share that In the Box?
What?
The Joey Twitter.
No. So I got that from Ray Biggs. He messaged me on Twitter and sent me that. Yeah. And I watched it and I was like,
I will sports fans, I'm sharing a link right as we speak.
You know, you might as well. Why not just play it now?
I don't have an easy way to do that.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just posted in the group and said everyone needs to watch this. Trust me, your life will be better off if you watch this.
At least twice.
I've watched it 3 times so far.
I told Ray, I go, I'm very impressed with his knowledge of off-brand Dr. Pepper.
And Slight and Soda of the 90s, the citrus soda of the 90s. What we're talking about, folks, is Joey Zanaboni, the amazing new announcer for St. Louis. One of my questions when I heard him first of the Central Cup game, or Central Cup, because he did 3 games, was, is he going to run out of ideas? Like, I want to see this guy go all 12 home games and still have new ideas. The video I just posted absolutely answers that question. The answer is yes. And it's a talent. Do not kid yourself that this is easy to do. This is a God-given talent for this man to be able to come up with the things he comes up with.
Just, in the box fans, be on the lookout.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yes. And meanwhile, hit that subscribe button. Because we were at 156 and we lost someone.
Oh, it was down there.
Yeah, it was down there. You missed it. But now, quick. And now your phone lags. The one time the phone lags.
Yeah, the one time it lags, that's what happens.
But all right, so I think with that we're gonna call it a night. We appreciate everyone joining with the chat.
Enjoy the weekend.
Enjoy the games. 2 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday.
None on Friday.
None on Friday. I'm gonna have a talk with Commissioner on that because that something needs to be done.
That's right.
Injustice.
Totally is.
And then he'll get our show pulled.
Totally will.
Then we'll get suspended.
Yeah, we'll get suspended.
What do you call a girl standing in a soccer goal?
Hang on. Okay, what?
A net.